Hey everybody. Hey. Sorry about that. I had to shift forward half an hour today. I had to go get ganked at the bank. Get ganked at the bank. Interesting experience. I don't recommend any Hungarian banks. Seriously, Banana Republic here. I just, for the first time in my life, I got charged a fee to deposit cash into someone's account. I was like, what? Wait. I understand if it's like an electronic transfer or some kind of thing like that, but I'm literally going to the bank, depositing cash into someone's account. And because I'm not a bank account holder there, they charge me like $50. It's just crazy, dude. You can't. That's insane. Do you understand even the basic elements of capitalism? Anyway, I'm venting. I'm just here for the venting. I can't believe it. They're like, oh, it's a new policy. Yeah, well, it's a bad one. They have a monopoly on not a total monopoly, but a basic monopoly. Unfair advantage here. It's like the state-owned bank. But come on, bro. I'm putting money in your bank, and you can use that money to invest it, and that's what banks are supposed to do. They have the money on their balance sheet, and they use your money while you put the money in the bank, and you make money on the people's money. You don't charge them fucking fees to deposit their money in the bank, you know? Even if I'm not an account holder, I'm depositing money into one of your account holders' accounts. That's good for you. You don't need to charge me a fee. What the fuck, man? I mean, that would never happen in a UK bank or a US bank or any civilized country. That's insane, bro. It's insane. I mean, I was like, fuck. Anyway, here we are to play Blitz. I have to change the title. Alright, so that's why we're late. I had to go get ganked. I'd get banked. I misspelled analysis yesterday. Wow, that's retarded. Probably somebody tried to tell me. Alright, Blitz challenges. And I want to thank Mr. Coffee for paying my bank fee. Mr. Coffee just donated last night $50 to the tournament. That's gone now. Thank you, Hungarian Gank Bank. The lady at the cashier's desk had to like apologize. It's like, dude, it's not a good idea. This is not something gonna attract a lot of account holders. Mr. Coffee's a legend. $50. Bringing us up to 506. And messing up acerbates straight flop. Straight flop. He had a 4-5-6 on the board, but Mr. Coffee added $50. Meister Cafe. An Arsenal fan has subscribed to Tier 1, and I see you're challenging me. See what you did there, Arsenal. Arsenal, do you want to go first? Arsenal fan, Morales is back. And then the classic learning chess. Followed by pawn checker. Chucker. It's better to be a pawn chucker than a pawn checker. Okay. Yeah, alright. I'm sorry there was no warning to the fact we're half an hour late today. But I can stay half an hour later. So you guys aren't going to miss... You're not going to miss... I felt like playing Kraken for some reason. In the last couple of days. I like to mix it up, you know, it gets stale playing the same stuff all the time. You know, and I know I've been playing Bishop F5, but I had this sudden desire to start playing this again. Ooh, he just snapped it off. I had a good game against somebody yesterday, but looked at it with the engine afterwards in this line, and it wasn't so correct. Yeah, this just doesn't seem good enough for black, to be honest. And I don't know the theory well enough, in addition to the fact that it doesn't seem good enough. So, do I take this pawn? Yeah, this forces me to decide. Yeah, I don't know. Decide, man. Decide now. I think I had the same position yesterday. But the computer was like, oh, you retreated your bishop to the wrong square. It should have gone to e7. It was a different position, though. My knight was already on g6 yesterday's game. So I legit had a choice between which way to retreat. So now we're close to the same position that I had yesterday. Yeah, I mean, this is like my least favorite variation. If I played the Kraken, you know, I just don't want to see the advanced variation. And I would still go with bishop f5, but I've been playing that mostly when I do play the Kraken. I mean, I know Arsenal plays the advanced variation, and I tell everyone this is the best line for white, but having said that, it's not that easy to handle. Like, you really... Yeah, I threw my knight into f4 in a game, but I mean, that's a waste of time. That's like we're turning into Acerbate, essentially. Not a waste of time completely, but yeah, what do I do? There was this thing where I want to sack the exchange with like rook takes f6. Crazy, huh? I have this real problem with grinding my teeth. I'm doing this for years. Stress release. Gotta stop doing that. So yeah, there's nothing good here. I don't know what to do. A5? Aren't I supposed to play A5 or something to keep you busy? I don't know. I can try to keep you busy on the queen side so you don't maul me on the other side of the board. I hate this position for black. Why do I... Chess riddles here. Queen gambit flavor. Falvor. Yeah, but what was the word yesterday from Rallis? Scrungy? You're very good at playing positions you hate. Kraken. I hate the Kraken, and the Kraken hates me. Well, at least I have a square to put my knight on now. Don't know about my bishop. My bishop is dead. Dead as a doornail. Alright. What is a doornail? And why are they dead? Rook takes f6. This is like the kind of idea I did yesterday. It feels like his dark square bishop is so powerful that exchanging a rook for it is probably dynamic for me. I crushed some noob with rook takes f6 in a similar position, but I mean, objectively, is that really sound? It does prevent him smashing my kingside. Let's say rook takes f6, bishop f6. Queen f6, his rook's hanging. Okay, knight on bd2. Right? Or bishop takes g6. Knight takes f6, bishop takes g6. Yeah, alright. Emil the Farmer. Oh, Jim's not here. That was Jim's creation. My friend Emil. He just sacks the exchange at the drop of a hat. He tries to sack the exchange every single game. In any position, no matter how unsound it is. You know, that's all he cares about. It's insane. Intuitive. Well, I know a strong piece when I see one. And the bishop on b2 is extremely strong. You got to be kind of bummed out, like trading your bishop for that rook on f6. Computer would probably have no problem with it. You know what I didn't consider? No, pawn takes. Pawn cakes. You had a clubmate who was not happy until he was sacking the exchange. Exactly. There's like an obsession. What? Knight on bd2. I love you, knight on bd2. Oof. This is a problem. It's only temporary. Master defender as well. Hey, my bishop's better now. Alright, whatever. Temporary. e5. Nothing could possibly go wrong there. e5. Just need a moment. Just an exchange, no big deal. There might be some technical problems. Or might be. There might be a problem if it gets to e4, huh? I would like that very much. But even better, I'd like to develop my queenside pieces, because they're really pissed off. They've been to the bank and they got charged a $50 fee for developing their asses. Now where do we go? This is the really big question. Yeah, I love g6, but it can go back to, it can swing back to e7 where it protects the d5. Or later it can swing to e5. But I had to worry about, or have to worry about, bishop h3 at some point. What's up, Zen Chess? Who do you play against the Carol Khan these days? Nice to see you guys. Our little intimate club here. Please don't take my central pawns. Wow. Why am I not just doing okay now? You are. I'm okay, you're okay. Are you okay? Just an exchange. Nobody's gonna get hurt. I assure you. What could possibly go wrong? I plead guilty to playing 3+2, so I'm a little bit quicker than I've been. It's been very helpful doing that. Oh no. What are you trying to do there? Seriously? You want to play like Queen F4? It's so annoying. Man. I still have compensation for the exchange, but the endgame's... Well, you didn't do it. Okay, you had another idea. I see. Okay. Damn it. Wow. Gotta love that. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I mean, giving up the two pieces is a undesirable occurrence, really, for him. Did I blunder something? No. F4. Wow. He's not in a good place here. Would you like to tango? Two knights tango. Alright. Perhaps unsound, but fun. Anyway. The Scrumble. Thanks, Ars. Scrumbles. That's the word. So let's see. B4. Bishop B6. Yeah, as usual, I always go to the wrong square. Here. The other move feels like, yeah, congested. So yesterday's game against some guy was like, okay, bishop d3, I think. And then here, I feel like I castled. Yeah, yesterday's game was different. No, it was different somehow. Anyway, so we're still in theory, and my a5 was only played once. I realize now, like I was like, okay, knight f4, but what does it do? Knight f4, knight f4. I mean, knight f4 is great, but it's like acerbate, Mark Lyle is playing the Kraken. Okay, that makes no sense. It's like Hikaru playing the Queen's Gambit declined. Yeah, but I mean, the bishop, fuck the bishop, Arsenal fan, Your other advantages are too important, like hitting me with c4 at some point, and you have to be, no, aren't you better after knight f4 somehow? Can't you punk me out with like c4? Damn, white has a bad score here. Wow. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't think that white is worse. I don't understand why white's score is so bad. At some point Lyle lost to crazy Rafael Rodriguez. It was completely like Looney Tunes. Yeah, I think you have to be willing to give the bishop, but you have other advantages, like you're crushing pawn on e5, which Morales is well aware of. But a5 was only played by one guy. The really interesting thing is this, while we're following Warmerdam versus Van Forest, 2019. So Richie Rich played knight on bd2, but Richie Poor, what do we call you? He's Richie Rich. He looks like this kid from Silver Spoons. When I was a kid, it was a TV show, Ricky Schroeder. Okay, Max Warmerdam reminded me of Ricky Schroeder. Richie Schroeder. But the Richie Rouser played Rook E1, which is a novelty. And now I'm supposed to play some sound shit with like knight c5. That move didn't occur to me. Wow. Yeah, I have the idea of knight e4, but still it looks good for white. So what? You're like sitting there, it's a French, and you have d4. So anyway, f6, wow. E takes f6. So look at this. G takes f6 is possible. Oh my god. G takes f6 is possible. I just saw my e6 pawn was hanging. I can actually play this. So I did the third best recapture. Rook takes f6. Bishop takes f6. You missed rook a2. What the fuck, man? Knight on bd2. And now knight on d e5 is better. After this, bishop f1. This is a Salancy exchange sacrifice. g5. But okay, it was a practical try, and it's not that easy to play your side. Facing that bishop on b6, you have, in a blitz game. Okay. Morales, you're up. I mean, I'm just lucky that I had exactly the same game yesterday, essentially. So I was kind of looking for the ideas. It's almost like I had played the position before. I can play a little bit more quickly and confidently. After crushing that noob yesterday, one Kraken is enough. We got Watermelon Sugar and Solin Victus following. I don't know what to play. Morales. Yeah, well, the best move for black is e5. Dude, knight b3 gives away all the advantage. Knight b1. Yeah, just don't even try to understand. No, knight b1, I don't know. That's crazy. Wow. Alright, Morales. I'm trying to get my king to a safe position against you. Yeah, you like this variation. It's like an improved Philidor where my bishop's outside the pawn chain. How can this be bad? It's the ultimate Philidor for black. Oh, I know what it was. I had an interesting game last week, or earlier this week, I should say. Yeah, I mean, I was worried about my d5 pawn arsenal, Finn. It's a question how you can, because my d5 is kind of weak. So you need to find a way to attack d5. Knight c6, there was some GM game where we played, I think, knight b3 there. Yeah, I have exchange sacks in this position too. Wow. Do you believe that shit? I just played these like random noobs to practice against you guys. But in 3+2, at least I get some, when I'm not playing computers, I get some like decent players. If you play longer time controls, you play like really weak guys. But it seems like in 3+2, I'm able to play some decent players at least. And so I get some actual openings, like this position, the last position I had recently. Here, I think the exact same position I had on the board like a couple days ago. That would never be possible in like 5+3 or 10-0 or something like that. Knight b3 is playing bad. Knight b3 was played by a strong player. But my opponent played bishop g5, and I think I did like h6, but I realized after the game that bishop g5, rook e5 is really strong. Or like mid-game, I saw this idea of playing rook e5. I was like, fuck, I missed that, you know? Queen f3, maybe better. I mean, are you trying to play e5? Or what, man? I like black's position, but I'm not. I mean, it's probably equal. Should I do this? This is a mistake. Feels like a mistake. I hate doing that. But neutralizes the pressure on f7. Wow, I never would expect that move, but bishop b3. Queen on f3 blocks your f-pawn, but it's like pinned anyway, so yeah, I would not expect bishop d3. So what are you trying to do? Play like knight a4? I mean, what are you trying to do here? e5? Is e5 a thing? I didn't really want my bishop on e6, but if you're gonna like play bishop d3, then it doesn't have to be there. And I don't like those little traps, but I think white's probably better now. Bishop d7. Don't know what I'm supposed to do there. I had better, probably. Okay. What are you gonna do, man? Fighting for control of the center. This is very fundamental chess. Bishop e7. I mean, yeah, not something I would normally ever do. This bishop's too important here. So h6. We're again rook e5. Rook e5 seems sort of stupid. I also have bishop d4. Bishop d4. Huh. You can't double my pawns. But even if you did double my pawns, I don't mind as long as I can trade queens. Knight e2, bishop takes b2. And black wins a pawn. Even h6. It's kind of a weird move, but you know, knight e2, h6. Hey. Wow, Asterbait gifted a tier 1 sub to King Wiki. Wiki. King Wiki. Are you going to bring your bishop back to c1? Is that the plan? My bishop's not committed. Sounds like a Clint Eastwood movie. Uncommitted. Hey. Asterbait. Oof. g5, g4. Okay, fine. Now, of course, I could always trade and play for the structure, but his structure bishop is quite strong. So, rook b8. Whoa, you're back again. Wait a minute here. How does that work? It's a pawn sack. Center's not important, is it? Speaking of exchange sacrifices. Rook h4. Rook h4 is a little awkward. Hey, that's a nice one-move threat you've got there. This is, I like this. Surveillance. It's a surveillance rook. Amazon surveillance rook. No sense in playing like rook c5. That's a nice bishop pair you got there, Miralles. Pawns, free pawns are overrated. Knight h7. Everything's protected except for my rook on a5, which is not so easy to attack. I'm not really sure about knight h7. But now we're getting to the like blitz mode part of the game. Not really sure about much. Okay. Ah. Right. Wow. Unbelievable. This was probably a mistake by me, and I'm going to lose on time to Miralles. Mr. I can't play 3+2. That's weird. No, he can't play sudden death. As long as he's got the increment, he has like 2600. You're still attacking me. Wow. All right. Morales is like uber competitive. The intensity, you can just feel it. Oh, uh-oh. God, that was really a back and forth battle. I was probably worse at some point. Jeez. One blunder. For sure. At least one blunder. Guys, we're shooting for another hour, more than another hour. We got plenty of time left. So what's up the opening? I want to play this. Oh, so nobody plays d4. What the fuck? So what is this, bro? Like, nobody plays d4. Why are you playing d4? How could you play this move and nobody else plays? That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Why does this move, like, exist if no one plays it? But now we transposed, so that's weird. Oh, that was it. It was Tal Nezevich, dude. And Asterbait like said knight b3 is bad, and Tal played it. That's brilliant, Asterbait. Asterbait's criticizing Tal's moves. I totally forgot like who it was. I'm like, well, it's some good player. Tal's like, Asterbait's like Tal's knight b3 is stupid or whatever. Yeah. Tal Nezevich, 1980. I looked at this the other day. See, so the other two players played knight takes c6 like Morales, but I say if Tal played knight b3, there must be some logic to it. Well, I mean, I have to respond. And then he played bishop g5. But it's equal. He didn't get an edge. He drew. Yeah, see? a4. He drew with Nezevich. I didn't look at the whole game. Alright, but knight takes c6, b takes c, and now h3 novelty. Let's see what the computer says. I expected bishop g5. Something. Oh, h3 is the best move of the computer. Okay. Rook e8. And now if bishop g5, I was looking at this. I mean, maybe it doesn't do anything. You know, he just plays bishop h4. Alright. Anyway, interesting line, Rouse. Learning chess. Zen chess boxed. Boxed? Chess boxing. Oh no, learning chess. It's bullet. You always have g5. Yeah, nothing can possibly go wrong after g5, I know. I've never lost a game after playing g5. Morales, take care. G5 is a standard idea, but it also comes with risk. It'd be safer to not play g5, if possible, with black. Alright. Right. Anti Grunfeld? F3. I'm happy it's Friday, guys. I still work a little bit on the weekends. We got Sunday Simul coming up. But, you know, it's nice to get a break. You like Risk. Yeah, you learned the world map. Kamchatka. The only problem with learning the world map from Risk is, like, none of those countries exist anymore. And that's, like, before, like, Putin takes over the world, don't forget. Alright, so problem is, maybe knight c3 is not so good. I was looking at this yesterday. I'm supposed to play e4. I have to play a Samish King's Indian now. I'm in Hungary, yeah, I don't go anywhere. I'm just here for the bank fees. You know, I like to pay like $50 fees for depositing money in someone's account. That's why I live in Hungary. I like the state-controlled bank. Although, like, technically, it's like an independent institution, I guess. Went to the bank this morning and I got charged like $50 to deposit money in someone's account in cash. I was like, that does not make sense. So you're charging me money to put my money in the bank, in your bank, so you can use it and like get interest from the money? That's a good deal. Damn, bro. You're going to say Kamchatka? I can't remember the other ones. That's a great bank. They take your money and they use it to invest and make interest and then charge you for giving them your money. I mean, no banks in normal countries would charge a fee to make a deposit in cash. That's outrageous. If it's like a, you know, bank wire or something, that's understandable. But walking the bank and you want to deposit money in someone's account, you shouldn't have to be an account holder of that bank to not have to pay a fee. American banks have a lot of insane fees, but this is like just blatantly criminal. I'm sorry, I just had to vent. It was like it upset me this morning. I'm like, that's just crazy, dude. Even the lady like in the office was like, oh, sorry, it's a new policy. And I'm really sorry. Like, this nice lady was like embarrassed by her own bank's policy. Like, all right, whatever, you know, I'll just pay $50. This bank I would never use. But all the banks here are bad. The foreign banks are bad too. Raiffeisen's really bad. Erste Bank is really bad. I have an Italian bank originally. All the reliable banks are gone. No one wants to do banking in Hungary. So, yeah, but I love living in Hungary. A5, that's kind of random. But how bad can it be, right? Tal liked to play the white side of the Samish, actually. In 1991, he played Kamsky in the New York Open. I was there to watch. And I think that Mikhail lost against Kamsky. One of his like last tournaments. What do I do? I guess A5. Yeah, I don't know. Knight is in the way. Knight way. Wei Yi. Where's Zenchess? We didn't. Oh, there he is. We got a challenge from Zenchess. His rapid rating is down. His ratings are down. Zenchess, you took a break after winning the state championship out there? And now you're back. Yeah, I mean, black is just making moves. I think I have to push. See, like a5 makes it a little tricky for him because he can't like give up the b5 square. If he moves to c pawn, he'll lose b5. Okay, my knight at c1 is not great. But the alternative is like put it on g3 where it's like in front of the g pawn. Now 98. But this is not a not really a type of structure where black has attacking chances on the king side. It's more white. I can play g4. Knight d3. Where's it going though? If I play knight d3, and how do I answer like f5? If bishop d3, f5, take, knight on g to e2. Maybe I decide to switch plans here. I can also allow him to play f4. The problem there is that the position becomes very, very blocked. After f5, knight on g to e2. Okay, I don't have to play that right away. So if he plays f5, I have to decide whether to take or whether to leave the tension. You can also play knight to c5. White is much better here spatially. You know, I mean, the computer will be like +1. So when you get this situation, it's not like a normal King's Indian where black has the Mar del Plata and he's attacking on the king side. The guy's queen is on c7. But there's a real question about this capture on f5. Would potentially allow his bishop on g7 to open up. But rather than let the king side get locked, I can also play f4 potentially. That's kind of risky. So castle f4, bishop f2. Well, anyway, what would seem like a normal sort of same-ish. Knight on c1 is the one thing about my position that's kind of awkward. I don't know where it's going, you know. I could give up my light square bishop. It's not that important. But still, it has some value. f4, bishop f2, or bishop takes c5. Actually, on f4, bishop takes c5 becomes kind of a viable option. Because he doesn't have a bishop anymore. After that, like, his bishop on g7 becomes really bad. Okay. Here, f4. What looks like a very typical same-ish King's Indian. Now he has no dark square bishop anymore after bishop takes c5, but there are other options just to go back. I don't have to commit to that. Black doesn't really have an attack or anything, and my bishop is still probably better than that knight. But at any moment, I should be ready to make that exchange, probably. What does my rook on f1 do? Get in the way of my king escaping later? This pawn. Can you explain to me what's defending that pawn? I hung my d6 pawn against Dmitry Gurovich. The only Dmitry I really know. That was embarrassing. New York Open. He was nice about it though. He still analyzed the game after. I was embarrassed. I just hung a pawn. We only ever played twice, I think. I don't think Dmitry plays much. He's pretty getting up there. Pretty much getting up there. We're all getting up there. No one's getting any younger around here. Oh. Wow. The master of tension. Okay, I could have played like rook takes c6 maybe, and then fork. Count Chocula. So much for that theory. That's the best his bishop has looked this whole game. Jesus Christ, dude. These are like bookends. Bookend bishops. I don't expect him to lose on time. Resigns, see? He resigns with 0.5 left. Alright, Zen chess. Okay guys, wow, it's only 1:30. Seems like I've been streaming longer. That's weird. Had some good games today. Or real openings at least. Yeah, I played my Kraken. I'm not gonna have any more advanced Krakens today. Welcome guys, don't forget to support the stream. We're at 506, we're 25% of the way there. I'm raising money for a couple of tournaments this summer, well, spring and summer. Budapest Spring Open, end of May. I never know what Zen chess is gonna play. Spring Open and I hate Bishop e5 stuff. And then the World Senior Team Championship in Krakow. 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 Maneuvering positions. Like the King's Indian, you mean? Maneuvering positions are tricky. Dude, you're playing the King's Indian. I mean, it's generally a closed opening. And, man, I mean, you know, strategic closed openings are just not easy to play in in fast chess. I mean, I don't know. It's much easier to play open games. I would never play the King's Indian if I was playing strong players in like Blitz. Unless it was like all I played and I was like a master specialist in it and I was super intensively, you know, into it. But you can't just play the King's Indian once in a while and be like, yeah, I'm going to play the King's Indian in Blitz. You need time to think about strategy. I'm supposed to play a5 here? Is that right? I'm thinking of a different variation. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 7. There's this other line where they're playing now with the queen on c2. It's actually a holdover from like a type of King's Indian. But that's been kind of a fashion. Playing the black side Marazzi is not fun either. White just has a space advantage and you're almost never gonna win. I play this opening for a draw, essentially. When I play the black side of the accelerated dragon and they play the Marazzi, I have to be able to accept draws with anybody, 2300 or above. Maybe even down to like 2250. If they really want to. I mean, it takes some skill to play white, but if they really don't want to do anything, it's hard for black to win here. Yeah, so f3. And I don't. What am I thinking? There's a possibility of white doing like something crazy. I don't really want to play a4. But I would if the queen was on c2. That's probably good. So what's my move here? Bishop d7? Bishop d7. Yeah, I guess. This might transpose to main line. It might still be the main line. Well, I don't know what the main line is in the Marazzi anymore. Theoretically. There's a lot of different ways to play it, and I feel like they're all kind of the same. Like, white is always better. It's a very strategic game as well, usually. One thing I don't necessarily want to do, I mean, it's typically like we go bishop c6, but that's usually played when white's pawn's on f2, and bishop c6 threatens something, i.e. like take the pawn on e4, forcing white to play f3. In this case, he's already played f3, so you're sitting there and you're like, well, why should I play bishop c6? Well, it gives my knight a square at d7. Maybe there's something else I can do. What is white thinking about here? You got to ask yourself. Self? Is my opponent in the bathroom? d6 weakness. What d6 weakness? Dude, this is a dragon structure. I don't have a d6 weakness. I have an e7 weakness. An f7 weakness. This is protected. It's not like I played e5. Well, you had the d6 weakness in the King's Indian. That's a different story. Okay, so now bishop c6. It's not really a sensible move, but I'm just transposing to known theory here, which I've played like 8 million times. And I found oftentimes that a4 is overrated. I was afraid he was going to castle queenside, because I had this game a couple years ago against brother of a cheater, where we played in the last round of an IM tournament, and I think the guy, I don't know if he could get a norm, but I beat him with black. But it was scary. He castled queenside like he was Sam Shankland or something. It's really insane. You know, castling queenside and Razzi is very unusual for white. But there are some cases where it's dangerous. This was one of them. I was lucky. I crushed him in a tactical melee, but now rook a c1. Usual move here is b3. The most common move is probably b3. Usually b3. I had a game a couple months ago against this Slovakian GM who seemed like he was drunk. He was like hiccuping at the board and stuff. I never had an opponent that had the hiccups at the board. Isn't that weird? Like, in all the 2,000, 3,000, whatever over the board games I've played, I never had someone get the hiccups at the board until a month and a half ago. He seemed normal. I didn't smell anything. And then he like went away for like 5 minutes and came back. And I think they were drinking. In the beginning of the game. It must have been something strong because dude like suddenly had like very violent hiccups. I mean, I used to drink during the game all the time, but I never got the hiccups, you know. I mean, you have to drink some pretty significant amount of alcohol, you know. It's like a cartoon. Tom and Jerry, like when they would get drunk, one of them would always get the hiccups or whatever. But you have to drink a fair amount of alcohol to get the hiccups, I think. Knight d5. Yeah, this is not really that usual. Whatever. Yeah, I'm not sure how to play this. Yeah, I used to drink sometimes during games. I mean, it's not. I mean, maybe now it's like prohibited, but the rules about this have never been that clear. Spassky talked about it, right? Aspirate, you have a Spassky quote where Spassky could order like a drink at the tournament or whatever. Yeah. I mean, we used to play at the World Open. It's like a hotel where alcohol is allowed in the conference rooms, and I mean, there was no FIDE rule that like banned you from drinking alcohol during your games. Maybe now there is, but it wasn't necessarily a thing always. Nedog, what's up? I mean, doping I understand, but doping should be about things that enhance your play. Alcohol doesn't enhance your play. You know, it's not like... Well, I mean, it enhances my play until the first couple of drinks. All right. But I don't know. What's my F rook doing? We're all set here. Watch out for knight f5 check. "47 seconds." So these games just go down to just always becomes like a shit show based on time. Uh-oh. I'm gonna need to make sure that my pawn remains protected. Someone alluded to weak D pawn. Now it is a backer pawn. Now it's legit. It's no longer supported by another pawn. So that can be construed as a weakness. Fair enough. At this point, ooh, queen d4 check. Got me. You got me. All right. Well, I don't mind my position. Now knight f5 check. Uh-oh. He's going to avoid the exchange of queens now. Wow, I don't really want to see the queen stay on the board. So we've got an endgame. Okay. Two can play at that game. So now, my only regret is that like my pawn is on h5, although it does stop knight g4. It's inflexible. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, how do I win, right? h4. Well, he's even going to play bishop h3 now. I've got a tactic, bishop takes, but that would be a disaster. Let's put all my pawns on the wrong color. Bishop takes, pawn takes, knight takes. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, Zenchess is holding this pretty well. I could theoretically play b5 at some point, but that wasn't really the plan here. No, he did well. He did well, like, to hold the position without any problems, I would say. Well, he's a bad hombre. Bishop c2. King's Indian. Ah! Alright. That was weird, I know. I don't know what made me do that. And he's getting into kind of an awkward situation here. His pieces are bunched up. Your underwear is bunching up. I guess I'm not threatening rook takes h4 yet. Yeah, what if I do that? My bishop is like longed for being on a better square. Now I'm going to take the pawn. Oh. Oh. You have some sort of trick? Well, he's only one pawn down. Momentarily. Bishop is ugly, though. Bishop g4. Wow. Oh my god. We're almost trapped. Jesus. Mm-hmm. Well, he's surviving. What? What am I gonna do? I can't defend my pawn. That sucks. I'm not up a pawn anymore. Wow. Yeah, I mean, the end of the game was really sloppy by both of us, to say the least. I might be winning, but who knows? This is a complicated, like, technical position. An H pawn looks pretty good, actually. Well, his rook is in a terrible position. Yeah, that's the thing. He doesn't want his rook in that awful position. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I let it go completely. You were probably fine. We got to this position. Oh, wow. Mr. Slow would be proud of me. We're playing like Velimirovich. He beat Devaki Prasad. He was in the world senior with me. Well, I'm in good company here. Julio and Velimirovich. It's interesting, though. Both players played bishop takes d4 check, which, yeah, okay. I don't have any obligation to play bishop takes d4 check. It seems like the best move, though. Take e5. So they just take and play e5. Get the dark squares. Queen e3. And all games. Wow, no. Only one player played bishop takes d5. Those guys didn't take it. They played knight c5. Okay. So I played e6, which is a new move. And the engine doesn't like it. So, oh my god, what? He can avoid the exchange of bishops. Because if I take the knight on d5, my bishop's trapped. That's funny. I expected him to trade, which he does. Now, okay, knight e3, queen b6, knight e3, queen b6, king h1, h5. We'll probably find games in lichess Opening Explorer now. Wow, no. Unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, the position's more or less equal. But let's see what went wrong. I mean, you were fine, you were fine, you were fine. It was totally equal. Yeah, I thought you were equal. You got these pawns on the right color. It's important that you do that. But once I achieved f5, I stole the initiative. Wow, I had a tactic with rook takes b2. Oof. I missed it. We both missed it. But after f5, I have the initiative. It's like a king's Indian. Alright, good game. Boxed. Blitz. Blitz 54321. Uh-oh. Is that a new account you just created last week? No, it's around. It's been around. Okay, nice. It's always good to see someone who's been around and not just a new account created to troll me. Because everything's about me, right? Don't you love it when people are like, yeah, bishop h3, fresh salsa chips. No, his plan with that's my problem, h5. I don't really want to play h5. I don't really want my pawns on the light squares in a Marazzi ending where I'm trying for a dark square bind. Boxed. Box Utsa. So I like to play both e4 and d4. I really do. We had this already. It's pissing me off. I have nothing against the King's Indian. I should start playing the Averbach. Nobody plays the freaking Grunfeld, man. I guess I could. You could theoretically play like knight e2 here, but I doubt it's accurate. What did you do wrong exactly? Well, you're not supposed to exchange the darks for bishops on the white side of those Marazzis. You're supposed to avoid the exchange of bishops. So that's your first mistake. But then you lost an equal position was the other thing you did wrong. But I just have like 30 years of experience playing this opening. When did I start? In like 1990, probably 1994, 95, 94, 95. So how many? Yeah, well, okay, 30 years of experience playing the black side of the accelerated dragon. Yeah, well, no, yeah, like you have to not allow f5 somehow. Obviously. Yeah, the computer said like once you allowed f5, I was significantly better, of course. Well, the whole game I couldn't transfer my bishop. I could never play f5 because the d5 square was weak. So once you got away from that knight fork or the knight on d5 thing, I could transfer my bishop to d7 and play for f5. But the first thing is like in the opening, you know. I mean, not many people know how to play the white side of the Marazzi well. I'll be honest. You know, I'm talking about the hiccup grandmaster. He got nothing. You know, a lot of grandmasters just get nothing with white. I mean, you got to be really good to understand how to play the white side of the Marazzi. Schieberspieler is pretty good, I have to say. But it makes sense for his style. FM, who plays on my stream. I think certain players, you know, probably shouldn't play the white side of the Marazzi. Attacking players might do better to not play the Marazzi. More of a technical game. Queen b6 is unusual. I don't know if I understand Queen b6. The queen seems misplaced there. Mainly because you block your b pawn. Okay, I'm not going to let black play b5 unless I have no choice. Anyway. Schieberspieler had a confidence. Oh, he's a good player. He had a confidence hit. Yeah, I mean, dude got a really bad event. He had a really bad tournament. I don't understand. I mean, but, you know, we all have he's busy, man. The guy, you know, he's not a professional chess player. He was studying in college, and I guess it got serious probably and had to focus on school. So he dropped under my rating, which is pretty embarrassing. But he's a really talented kid. Not a kid anymore, but compared to me, he is. Yeah, I should play with more people. Like, it's good to play with younger players who are talented. I should play more like FMs and younger IMs and stuff to keep myself in shape. Hebden once played Queen b6 against me. What was that? Oh no, totally different system. Yeah, it was a bishop g5, but it was not a same-ish. Sometimes something you would do, Asterbate. Queen on b6. So here we go. Is it c1 or g3? Let's try g3 today. Or in this game. g3 with the idea of knight h1, knight f2. Emery Tate! I met yet another person who's a chess player who didn't know that Emery Tate is Andrew Tate's dad. Or was. How can people not know that? That's insane. I don't understand. You look at the guy. If you look at Andrew Tate, I mean, it's pretty freaking obvious that he's Emery Tate's son, you know? I'm just talking about random shit, but Emery. And they're both crazy. Coincidence? Sociopaths? But Emery was a better sociopath. To be honest, he was not as negative. Alright. I mean, Emery was very macho, you know, misogynistic in a kind of standard way. But I never saw him, like, mistreat women or, you know, anything crazy like that. He was just a macho kind of guy, but that's, you know, pretty standard. A pretty standard thing in our world. Especially when you're, like, really good at something and you like to have the attention of others. It's part of their like whole shtick, being kind of a tough guy. It's one thing to be a tough guy, but that's a lot different from being a sociopath who's like abusive. Alright, so queen b4 is just asking you to get queen trapped. There's been a few instances of people's queens getting trapped in such scenarios. Just a few. We have a Roach Motel situation. Most likely here. We're looking at a possible Roach Motel. How does your queen not get trapped? There may be a way. I'm supposed to play rook a3 at some point. a5. a5, knight c4. Okay. a5. I don't want to play a5. You can go back to a5 though if I don't. So I do want to play a5. My bad. I do want to play a5. Europeans don't know what a Roach Motel is, I assume. It's a household product. This queen is trapped. Yep. But how trapped is it, really? Wow, b3. Dude, I've never seen this exact variation, but maybe b3? It's b3, it's for me. Because rook a4, queen b3, and it's hard to catch him. I can play rook a4, queen b3, rook a3, queen b4. Rook a4, queen b3. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. The problem is my rook will get attacked by bishop d7 at some point. But if I play b3, just straight up, dude's going to have to like sacrifice a piece not to get his queen trapped. So this is pretty much over. But I've never done that exactly. There may be a problem with some line. Let's see, queen b4. Queen b4, rook a4. No, that's not a problem. Queen b4, rook a4, knight d5, whatever. Queen b4, rook a4, knight d5 right away. Yeah. So there's no solution, is there? Oh shit, his best move is queen takes c3, queen takes c3, knight takes d5. And then you can take on e3. Oh no, Larry Christensen would love this. 2 pieces for the queen. What do you got? 2 pieces and a pawn for the queen. That's like almost Bronstein, man. End the exchange. Rook f e1. It's almost enough material for the queen. Almost. Yeah, but queen b6 is not a move. I mean, this is just not a move. Nakamura Kasparov. Not classical chess, I would assume. No games with queen b6. No. Alright, guys. So we still have a couple games left in us. I've got 2 more games left in me, I think. Blitz 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And a challenge from Stoic. Blitz 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so I played everything today. Let's play the Kraken. If you play knight f3, I'll play c5. This is my pet opening. This is my Kraken. Phil McCracken. Netog is quiet today. A4. We have faced this. Phil McCracken for the money store. It's a different Phil. Oh, you just love queen exchanges, don't you? Are you threatening me? Bishop b4 castles. So we can play bishop e6, preventing bishop c4. And then if castle's queenside, I just do something else. Now, this is a tough one. Bishop d6, king e8, king c8, knight on bd7. I really wanted to put my knight on c6, but it's not required. Required reading. Yeah, maybe king c8. I mean, I think the issue is that this and this are in, you know, and this doesn't really benefit white in this kind of ending. I mean, how would a4, the inclusion of a4 and a6 benefit white? No, it doesn't. It does the opposite of benefiting white. It unbenefits white. Well, this is my last chance to play f5, I assume. I'm not sure I want to play f5. Or do I need to play f5? Just screw it. We've got other things to do. Kick the knight out of d5, first of all. White's dark squares are a disaster. I had to cover this. Yeah, after f3, I mean, he has too many pawns on white squares. Like, look how many pawns he has on white squares. Thanks, Martzy, for the frickin' shitty mouse. Alright. That's a nice pin you've got there, Sledgy. Now if I play a5, fix it and forget it. Fix it out. We got Roach Motels, fix it out. Now I have to seriously consider the possibility of trading my bad bishop for that thing on e3. On the other hand, my bad bishop is pretty good. So king c7, for example, to play opposite color bishops. I could see that going south. Take, rook d8. Black's a little bit better here, but not sure. If bishop c4, then I definitely take on e3, and I win a piece. Well, no, I don't win a piece. I win a pawn. I destroy a structure. You can't play bishop c4. Instead of king c7, I might want to play like rook d8. But white's playing, you know, sort of superficially in this game. Yes, he's been here for a long time. He was here before most people were born. G4, okay then. I mean, this was, I don't know. Did that. Yeah, I didn't think you would go for this. So now the position transformative. Ooh, we have some really nasty threats. Like b5 can be for real. b5 is a very scary concept for white to deal with. Some bad bishops are better than others. Only attained the title of master. Who? Oh no. We're serious, right? I have nothing against Jesus, but, you know, that's not happening. We're not getting people spamming Jesus in here. This is not the place for your Sunday school. Alright. I already passed Sunday school. I don't need any more. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I love when people say that. It's like there's another Jesus Christ, like of like Fifth Avenue. He was accidentally like seated as a Trump juror. Wow. So am I screwing this up? The other Jesus Christ. Oh, the one from Nazareth. Okay. Right. I wasn't sure which one you were talking about. Don't take the Lord's name in vain, Sludgy. Jesus won't mind. He enjoys my sense of humor. And as I said, I did finish Sunday school. I'm confirmed. I was baptized. I still don't know if I believe in God. But anyway, yeah. But what I don't like are people who are like zealots, you know? We don't need any zealots. There's enough zealots running around. Just zealots. Don't spam the zealotry in my stream. I want to play b5 somehow. Man. We'll just open up his king. His king would be like crucified. Oh, fuck. After b5. Sorry. Bad choice of words. Post Easter. Alright. We're just joking around. Nothing like some morbid anti-zealot jokes. Tima Nemo. And yeah, that's the zealot guy. Alright. I'm not accepting zealots in the stream. Stoic is next. I guess he's not a zealot. Later, nerds. Back to f5 again. That doesn't seem too consistent. Which bishop do I want to give up here, though? The good one or the bad one? I love ops-color bishops. I wonder if my b5 thing still works. Like b5 takes. Oh my god. He played rook c1. I keep saying, oh my god. I keep saying bad stuff. Oh no. All or nothing. Ops-color bishops. Alright guys, we have time for one more game. Boom. How do we checkmate it? White's pieces are none too active. Your pieces are none too active, man. Master found that move. Holy shit, bro. A3 is kind of dangerous, but he has an out. Pawn takes pawn. Rook d2. Pawn takes pawn. What? Dude, that's crazy. There's no way this is okay for white, right? That's a saving move. Alright, we'll remain calm. When in doubt, remain calm. Yeah, I get that. That's a safe square, right? I don't have a check or anything. Wow, that's crazy. Alright guys, one more game. Nefedov. Bro, are you trolling me? Like, seriously, you come... Nefedov's always late. Like, my stream would normally be over now. Nefedov, are you, like, on lunch break or something? Thanks for joining us. You missed the subscriber stream yesterday. I'm not sure I have time to play Nefedov. What is that? Well, that's like a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They built this city, right? Why can't anyone play anything interesting? You know, instead of the Queen's Gambit decline, the Rogozin, Semi-Slav, Knight on BD7, something. You know, God, I hate the mainline Queen's Gambit decline. It's so boring. I guess I should play like Bishop F4. This is early and often. Should I take on D5 or not? I regret playing D4 if this is what I get. H6 is a better line. I had this one with black once. Basically, you're going to lose a tempo. You could have had H6 for free. Now you're going to have to play it and lose a tempo. Mr. Joe. Yeah. Stoic. He's Serbian. G6. Normally black would play H6. So you have a family of white square pawns. A white square pawn family. Mm-hmm. Rolling. Whoa. That's exciting. This is exciting. Is this like a Smurf account that I played other people with? Every time I play someone from India, I feel like it's like the same guy playing me like a million games. Alright, rook b1. Rook fb1, rook ab1, whatever. Pick your poison, sire. Death SK is watching. Death SK. 6-0, no, you're too late. Nefdot may be too late. Oh, and he's playing another game. And he doesn't chat. He's not even chatting. I would normally be done the stream 20 minutes ago, and Nefdot shows up in the challenge list. Luckily, I'm half an hour late today. You're not logged into Twitch. That's fine. Queen to g5. Wow, dude. Psycho. That's a psychopathic move you've got there. It seems weird, though. I mean, you played very solid opening. And then to go, like, so over the top with Queen g5. Alright. We're better structurally. It's only a very small edge for white. Well, I don't see anything happening on the queen side. I was thinking to put my queen here. That's why I played queen b2. There's the pawn roller in the center. And that's what Uwe and Kramer, oh my god. Oh my god. Uwe and Kramer. This better not work, dude. I'm gonna be really, really pissed. Did you calculate this? I have queen d2. Queen d2? Squeeze me? I think you should use your time to calculate a little more. I have queen to d2. Event horizon. Horizontal calculation. Uh-huh. Better not be. This is an old account. It's been around since 2002. Nefdot likes to troll me by coming late. Be on time. How does he hold down a job if he's always late? Okay, I started late. But this isn't a real job. I just want to say follower chat is stupid. You wanted to say knight takes b3 looked interesting after you made a different move, but I gotta wait 10 minutes. Well, man, I mean, there's a lot of really nasty trolls on Twitch, you know? So, you can look at it as stupid, but there's a reason why it's there. I mean, it's a shame that it has to be like that, but yeah. It also encourages people to follow, you know, so there's reasons for things, but I understand your frustration. Bishop h3. It better not work. You know, I actually considered this move. Rook e8. Rook takes e8. Takes e8. No, the piece. I was going to say f4. But unfortunately he has queen e7. So he's just down a piece. No two challenges. Okay. z5. Oh. Getting a lot of these people with the numbers. What is it with their numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There was another guy. Stoic, terrible time management. Stoic the terrible. Well, opening up the F file. Oof. He doesn't have any checks at all. Oh, we're just up a piece. Alright, Neftov. Rip. Lunch break. What's left of my lunch break is Neftov. He's not even here. He's playing another game. He's on the train. You can't play d4. You can't play... I'll play knight c3. You can't play d4 against him because he'll play the Slav. You can't play e4 against him because he'll play the Schliemann. Are you seriously not here after all that? He left the game. Alright guys, if Nefedov's not here, I'm going to close the stream. I'll give him a minute or two to come back, but he's probably like on the tube in London or something. I didn't want to play another game, but just because he's a longtime friend. I wasn't going to take any more challenges. Shockey just showed up. Shockey just woke up. So Nefedov has left the building. Well, and it was nice playing you, Pavel. You got a minute to show up. If not, I have to go prepare for my next lesson. Guys, please donate and support the stream. Tell your friends about our romantic little community here. Don't forget to be a religious zealot. And happy Friday, everybody. I'm not going to take any more challenges, Chess Speak. I'm supposed to be leaving now. But I only made an exception for Nefedov because he's a longtime supporter of our stream and a friend. TFS 20832. What's with the numbers today? TFS with 100 bits, thank you. That's very generous. Good games, yeah, interesting games today. Well, I had a little bit of energy. Felt pretty good. Alright, Nefedov's like lost his signal on the tube or something. Unfollow you. Alright, dude, unfollow me. Jesus Christ, are you serious? I'll unfollow you. Are you my fan? Akor. I start speaking Hungarian. Are you my fan? If you're my fan, I'm yours too. And if you're not, then bleep. Anyway, greetings from Germany. Greetings from Hungary. Never open a Hungarian bank account. Alright guys, I will see you later. Sunday Simul, thanks for the 100 bits. Thanks guys for supporting the stream. Sunday Simul, 25 players. Every Sunday, 6:30 CEST. Thanks. Sorry, Nefedov. Hope you enjoy your tube ride in London. And it was nice playing a move against you. See you later, guys. Have a great weekend and see you Sunday. Bye-bye.